BestBookBits.com presents Grant Cardone Secrets Unlocked by the YouTube channel You Be Relentless. Go out and check out this YouTube channel, You Be Relentless by Khoa Bui, for this interview and others. Hope you enjoy the interview.
Australia loves this message, and even New Zealand loves this 10x concept of thinking bigger, going bigger. And it's resonated with people, whether they were startup entrepreneurs, employees, managers, business owners. We're doing a 10x boot camp here in Sydney Monday and Tuesday. Probably this will drop after that, but there'll be, I don't know, 500 or 600 business owners, some of which are doing, one guy's doing 90 million. Oh, okay. He wants to figure out how to grow his business to $1 billion. So this message has really resonated across Australia.
Me and a few friends were at the Success Resources seminar, and I was just so amazed that when you came out on stage, and everyone was yelling 10x, 10x. It's just amazing on how influential you are. Like you're pumping out all these videos, and everyone knows your name. Everyone is following what you're saying. Everything. It's just amazing.
It's interesting too, because you had
attention, right?
You had two polarities.
You always say that.
You had two polarities of me and Vaynerchuk finished it up. And he's got the minimalist, the message.
He was very thoughtful, wasn't he? It was a very thoughtful type of message when he was speaking.
I don't know. I wasn't there for it. But so maybe you could tell me more about that later. But there's this big message about big, go fast, 10x everything, and then the other is the more you need less, and so people got to decide which one's right for them, because they are two extreme. Both of us kind of get the same place. I mean, we both have tremendous work ethic. Both willing to work really hard. Both, don't mind, pushing into a space and having an opinion. Both got big mouths, very opinionated, but the message is different. So to see Australia respond and then have to decide, so do I want more, do I want less?
I gotta say, you were like the most energetic there. How did you do it? How did you bring up so much energy? Like, do you have any preparation, or is that just a mindset thing?
Kerwin Ray was here this morning.
Kerwin, he was up there.
So he was meditating before he spoke. I went and crashed his meditation. Hey, what you doing? Came out of that. And first time he ever met me was me bombing his meditation. And he asked me, what do you do? I said, dude, what do? I walk on stage. I mean, I've been preparing for 30 years, man. Like I've been preparing. When I was 25 years old, people would come to the place where I worked and maybe buy a product. When I was 30 years old, I was out calling on businesses one at a time. I was 29, 30 years old, calling on businesses door to door, knocking on doors, walking in. Hey, give me 5 minutes. You learn how to do that. You prepared yourself to walk on a stage.
That's the next question I wanted to ask you, because in your books and in your videos, you talk about how being at age 25, that was like a pivotal moment for you, where you were doing drugs, you were always drunk, and you had like terrible friends and stuff. But how did you turn that around at age 25? What was the trigger?
I quit doing drugs, I quit drinking, and I quit having terrible friends.
that was it.
I mean, like, if your life's not going well, look at the things you're doing, and look at the people you're hanging around. Stop doing them, and stop them. Stop doing them. The drugs, the alcohol. Look, the drugs and alcohol are never going to make you better.
And that was like a little hack, wasn't it? Where you just don't drink anymore over the weekend. You just quit like hangovers.
What I did, I didn't have a problem with alcohol. I had a problem with drugs.
Okay.
So when you do drugs, there's nobody on this planet that's ever beat the drug thing. Like, it's taken down the best and the biggest. So like, there's no validated group of individuals who are like, we are now doing better because we use drugs. Like, so anybody that's looking for, but I do this and I'm more creative when I have this. There's no group test that improved the quality of their life and their families and their community because they were using drugs. So all this is just bullshit research people are doing, trying to validate some issue they're having. Okay, so number one, I quit doing drugs, and then I promised myself I'm not going to drink. until I have my life and find, because I'd go out on the weekends and I'd drink and hang out with people and do dumb stuff. And so I just made a commitment. Hey, I'm just going to stop everything that is causing me any kind of distraction, right?
It's just that decision that I'm not going to do it.
Dude, I'm done. I'm done. No more Friday nights, no more Saturday nights, and no more jacking around on Sundays. Yeah. I'm not going to drink alcohol. I'm not doing wine, beer, shots, nothing. Yeah. Okay? And I'm not doing that until my financial life is in unbelievable. Like, alcohol is not going to somehow elevate your life to another level.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so those are the things that people need to make a choice. What do you want? I wanted, back then, I just wanted my life to be a little better. Once it got a little better, then I wanted it to be more better. Yeah. Once you get, I got a little more better. I got a little more better, and I'm like, I got a little more better. Now what do I want? Yeah. You know, and as things get a little better, you're like, oh, now I want a family. Now I want beautiful kids. You know? Yeah, go ahead and make me one. Now I want some stuff, right? Yeah. And then once you get the family, you're like, okay, now I want, what else can I do? I want friends. Yeah. You know, I want other people that are doing well. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You should
sales?
Get good at something.
Get good at something. Yeah.
You know, get good at something. Now, you got to get good at something, and you got to ask yourself if you're in the right vehicle. If you're an engineer,
you always say that. Yeah, the vehicle, right?
Yeah, the vehicle. Yeah. So let's say you're a photographer.
Yeah.
Okay, because I know a guy right now. He's a photographer, and he's like, I want to make more money. Okay, well, good. So he's going to have to. He can only get so good as a photographer.
Like, there's a ceiling on the income, isn't it?
Exactly. Like, you're going to have to go shoot a movie, dude. Like, if you're in the music business, I got a guy that does music videos. So he does music for major picture movies. And I'm like, bro, you need to change your prices. Grant, if I go up, I won't get to work. Yeah, like, the budgets on movies are so tight. I said, well, how is she going to make money? And he's like, you can't raise your price. Everybody's got a ceiling where you finally get to a price and they're like, okay, I'm done. Nobody's going to buy from you. Yeah, okay. So now what are you going to do to get your deal? You got to go sell something. You're going to have to sell some product or some service. If you don't like to sell it, then you need to promote it so people buy it from you. So they just come buy it from you. Okay. So if you don't like sales, then you need to spend a bunch of money promoting so that people, oh, thank you, champ. Thank you. You need to promote it. Man, this looks good. see, she brought me that. Yeah. She brought me that. So how do you get somebody to bring you something, right? Well, you either get up and spend your own time to go get it, or you get people around you, little people around you that you pay $10. Make it $5. Make it $5. She just earned some money. They know how to earn money with me, right? They earn money. Yeah. So it's one of the two. Like, look, I didn't know what else to do. There was no social media when I was 30 years old. So today, if it's social media, I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? I need to find if I want to make sales. Is income? I want income. I want income. I need money, right? A 18-year-old kid today says, I want to know how to make passive income. He wants to stay home and earn money. I'm like, dude, you're skipping a step. You got to earn money first. Number one, you got to earn money. You got to earn it or connect with it. So I got to either get you to give me money. I don't know how many times you do that before you be like, okay, what do I get?
Okay.
Then number two, I need to keep that money. Figure out, okay, how do I get that money to do something now?
Okay.
Now, a lot of people know number one, and a handful of people know how to do number two. They get the money, but then they don't know what to do with the money. You got to get the money to have babies. You only invest in yourself first, right? Not in the beginning. So let's say I'm.
But if you don't want to invest outwards.
No. I wouldn't worry about Bitcoin. I wouldn't worry about ETFs. I wouldn't worry about Forex. I wouldn't worry about anything. What I would worry about right now is, let's say I'm making $2,000 a month. I'm making $25,000 a year. I'm a waitress. Okay, and I'm like, God, I need more money. I got a kid at home. Yeah. What do I do? Okay, what do I do? First, you got to make a commitment. I want to make more money. The money's available. Then you got to get your head wrapped around. Okay, there is money here. Okay, then you're going to look around this little restaurant, and you're in a little town in Perth, and there's no money there, and you're like, everybody's struggling. It's terrible. But you don't need to worry about the whole town right now. You need to worry about you. Okay, there's $2,000 I'm making. I know how to do $2,000, and I know how to bitch about it.
Okay,
and I know how to struggle through it.
Yep.
Okay, now how do I make another 200? Just $200 a week. Okay, how do I pick that up? Oh, okay. Well, how do I do it? Like, and am I committed to doing it? Yeah, I am committed to doing it. Okay, how can I do it? Is the money available? You ask yourself this question: is there $200 left in Perth? Or did I get the
Of course
last
it would
money?
be.
Just $200 a week.
Yeah.
Yes, serious. Okay. Who's got that money? Because it's a person that has the money. I think people think that money like comes from some place.
Yep.
It doesn't. It comes from people.
Okay.
So how do I get you to want to give me money again? Oh, you're at the restaurant. How do I serve you to such a degree that you actually want to tip me?
Okay.
We were down here at Double Pay. Double Pay.
Yeah, this morning, right? Yeah, yeah.
Everybody,
yeah, you call it double pay, but
they
it's
keep
double
telling
pay.
me it's called Double Pay. Everybody, as soon as we drove through the first time, oh, it's called Double Pay. I said, why is it called Double Pay?
Yeah, you're
Well, it's
walking
Double
around
Pay.
double pay.
So I started asking people, where's Double Pay at? They're like, no, it's Double Bay. They call it Double Pay because they charge a lot.
And you're disappointed there.
It's a nice area of
good.
town. It's a
Yeah,
beautiful area of town, right? So I'm down there. I go eat breakfast this morning. The bill was like $65 for an oatmeal and 2 coffees.
Yeah.
I tipped the lady another $20. She's like, oh my God.
Because a great attitude, right? As what you teach.
Not really. Like
Yeah.
I don't have a bad attitude about the oatmeal being $65. It was good.
Yeah.
And I don't really care if they overcharge me. I think people should charge more. And I don't have this mentality anymore that there's no money. And the way I pay people is the way I'm going to be able to charge people. So when I was 30 years old struggling with money, I wouldn't pay anybody anything. I go to the store.
You just contract, right?
I'm contracting, dude. Everything's too expensive. And then the guy says, "Look, man, if what you're buying is expensive, how are you making sense of what you're selling?" And I was like, "Oh my God, dude!" I was saying this was expensive. Okay, the microphone was expensive. The book was expensive. How the hell am I going to sell the coffee, the microphone, or the book if that's my job? If I think they're all expensive? And when I changed that, I'm like, okay, I need to start spending money on myself. So, like, I remember buying a course for $120,000.
$120,000.
$120,000.
Okay.
Okay. The guy told me, "Hey man, this is what it is. This is what it's called." I said, "How much is it?" $120 grand. I said, "Dude, that sounds good. It must be good, right? Compared to what? A $900 course." I'm like, this better be good. Okay. Okay. And I spent $120 grand on that course. I made $1 million.
Whoa.
In 2 weeks because of that course.
Whoa. A real estate course or something?
No,
Or
it was a course about me.
Oh,
It was
okay.
about me discovering my limitations.
Okay.
And, you know, I think the important part there is that, like, if you're willing to invest money in you, then other people invest money in you. You know, how hard is it going to be for you to get 120 grand, the waitress, if she's like holding on to 200? It's impossible. You can't move your status in life until you move your status in life. And so a man told me I was 26 years old. He said, "Look, to change, you got to change." And I've used that for 30 years now. To change, you got to change. And I still have to change. There's a lot of things I still need to change today. I go in debt, particularly if you have good work ethic. You guys that are spending money irresponsibly or when you're drunk, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you make the decision, I'm going to spend money. I'm going to sit on the front row. Okay? I'm going to give money to charity. I'm going to borrow money for this course. When you make those decisions with good work ethic behind it, and you got a spouse or a girlfriend or a boyfriend, whatever, the family's behind it, and you're like, we're spending money because we're going to create a great future. When you spend that amount of money, it gets easy for me to go back to the marketplace and ask you to give me money.
That's the thing with 10x is that you're thinking so big, but people have that fear
You have
of...
the fear because you're thinking small. The fear is created out of small things.
Yeah.
It's created out of budgets, okay?
There's budgets. And
the budget. Okay,
get
your money, save your money.
And then
get your money,
they're
save
lose
your
money, right?
Get your money, save your money. Like you're a mouse saving cheese.
Yeah.
And this is why the waitress doesn't get ahead. Because she doesn't have anybody saying, wait a minute, dude, $2 grand, $3 grand, none of it works.
Yeah.
$4 grand a month, even $4 grand a month. We got to change her income drastically. She's going to have to own that restaurant. To ever get her financial situation. So I got to get her thinking about buying the restaurant from the guy she works for. Or moving on, or finding the right vehicle, or working that deal and adding a second flow of income. Okay, so in the beginning, it's like, how do I grow? How do I get good at what I'm doing? Because if you don't get good at what you're doing,
even if you hate it, right?
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like it, don't like it. You're gonna like it less if you're no good at it.
hated sales when you first started.
I hated it. Dude, I've hated everything. I hated real estate in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what I was doing.
But then when you became successful, you love it now. So.
I made my first real estate deal. I put $3,000 down. I think I made 100% of my money. $3,000. Bought
Was that the
$78,000.
Was that the family? The family with just one tenant?
Yeah, it was one tenant. Yeah. So I bought $3,000 down. It was actually a failure. My first purchase was a failure. Yeah. But if I do the math on it, if I do the math on it, I walked in with $3,000. I bought a $78,000 house, and I walked away with like $6,000. I doubled my money. Yeah. Not bad for a mistake. Yeah. Like it was a double. People were like, "Oh, you only made $3,000." I'm like, "That's 100% of my money." So one of the best investments I ever made. Yeah. Okay. Now my second deal, I bought for. I went away from that first mistake and studied. Spent 3 years every weekend studying. Shopped thousands of people.
Because you had your business at the time, right? But you were studying real estate. You were storing
I had
cash,
my businesses.
You were studying.
So I was doing exactly what I'm saying. I had my business, and I'm going out and knocking on doors.
Yeah. And you had the seminar business at the time as well.
Knock on door, collect money. Knock on door. I'm thinking about.
And you were traveling at the time as well, right? You were
I was traveling.
You were traveling.
I was traveling a lot. Okay, but on the weekends, I'd come home on the weekends and I'd shop real estate in the little town I was in. And never bought anything. I kept storing money. Number one, make money, earn money. Number two, store it. I'm just storing it. Okay, I'm not saving it. I'm storing it. I'm storing it up like you would food. Okay, like the refrigerator stocked. It's being stocked.
The sacred account, right?
Yeah. So that when I'm ready for a cup of coffee, it's there for me, right? So or food, whatever. And so I'm storing this money away, and then I'm shopping real estate on the weekend. I'm investing time and energy on me to get my confidence to where I'm like, I know exactly what a good deal is. Yeah. See, the trick in real estate or any investment is to know when there's a good deal. To know with 100% certainty. Warren Buffett talks about this. He's like, look, the way to reduce risk is to know. Period. It's the only way to reduce risk. Know everything in the game. And almost like you would be an insider.
That's why he doesn't invest in Bitcoin or anything, because he doesn't
invest in anything. Okay, he doesn't invest in anything. He takes major positions in companies. He doesn't invest in anything. He's like, I'm buying 12% position in Coca-Cola. We're going to own 11% of Apple Computer. Like these are massive positions. Like, you know, that's not an investment. That's ownership. Yeah. And so what he says on TV and what he does in the real world, they're different. So one is for optics, to keep an audience happy with him, and the other is, hey, this is how you make money. Yeah, okay. So what I did was I did that for 3 years. I shopped real estate on the weekends, and so when I saw my first real deal, it was 38 units. It was $1.9 million. But I knew now. Like when you look at this and say that is a black hat with white tin and a red X, you know that for sure. Okay, I'll bet you $1 million. Would you bet $1 million that's a black hat with a white tin?
Because
you're like, for sure. I'll bet $1 million. Would you borrow $1 million? Would you borrow? Yeah. Like, dude, I'll put my mom and my dad's life on it. I know you love your mom and dad, right? Would you bet your mom's 100%? He's like, yeah, take them away. Yeah. Okay, because you know it, dude. It's not a doubt. When I saw this deal, it was like, that is a black hat with a white tin and a red X. I'm buying that piece of property. Here's $350,000. I got a loan for $1.6 million. I made $5 million on that house. Wow. That house is probably worth, or that apartment building is probably worth, today is probably worth
a lot now.
You know, probably worth, I'd probably make, who knows? Yeah. Doesn't matter, right? I made $5 million. So my first deal, I made $3,000. Yep. My second deal, I made $5 million. Okay. So just goes to show you what happened in between. In between, I didn't change anything. I didn't change my job.
You stayed in
I stayed in a job I hated.
Okay.
I stayed in a job that, it was probably a dead end job.
Yeah, that was the auto one, right?
Yeah. I didn't like it. I didn't like the industry. I didn't like the people I was talking to. Yeah. Dude, you guys got to suffer. You got to suffer.
$3,000 from your mom to buy that sales course, and then you got good, and you were just listening every single day.
You've been following my
course, man.
And been studying me. And this is how you guys should study people. Study the whole trajectory.
Go deep with one guy. I just study you. But that being said, like, because I can see from your success that sales is everything, because you learn how to negotiate, you know how to close deals, and it does.
You learn how to open a guy up. You learn how to you qualify somebody. You learn how to find out why somebody would or would not do something. Yeah. You know.
Yeah. And and without that skill, it's really hard to become successful in the future. But what if you got some guy, right? Let's say he's earning about 150K or something. He's in IT. There's a ceiling on his income.
Yeah.
But to enter into sales, there's like that low entry, which is maybe about 65K job. But then there's the commission. You know,
well, he wouldn't have to necessarily. I wouldn't leave that job. You're making 150 grand now.
And you're saving 40%, right? And just keep storing it. Just like
I don't think he's saving 40%. If you're making 150 grand in Sydney, you know, there's not 40% to save. You can't. There's a certain number you got to get to save the 40. To hit that 40% thing that I talk about in the playbook to Millionaires.
Yeah.
To hit the 40% depends on where you live, but in New York City, I mean, 60% of your money's going out to the federal and state government.
Yeah.
So you make 150 grand, and it's impossible to save 40% because 60% is going to the government.
Yeah, it's quite a lot once you.
It's probably same here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
okay.
how do you save 40%?
Okay.
You don't, because you got to live on 20% for sure.
So you would advise to hold on to that high income
He
job?
should hold on to that job. Now he needs to
Keep
figure out,
storing,
okay, for the 8 hours, now he's good at his job. They're paying him 150. He must be good at it.
Okay.
I don't know that I'd ever leave that. Now, I mean, I'm not going to leave that until it's costing me $1 million to go service it. Now I'm figuring, okay, how do I get the symbiotic flow?
Yeah.
How do I get the second flow around this? Preferably, it would be money I would be paid while I'm doing this 8-hour job in the beginning.
Okay.
So I moved my hand at my engineering job, and somehow it affected something over here tonight that pays me.
Okay. How about sales? Do you
Could
recommend?
be at Amazon. It could be selling Amazon, drop shipping, affiliate. I don't know. It could be 1,000 things. Maybe it's something you like that you can do from home. Maybe it's putting your kids to work.
Yeah. Okay. So hold on to that job, but also learn how to learn about real estate and also sales on the side.
Well, the other thing you could do is you could take the 150 grand and you could just buy a second flow. I mean, the easiest way to get a second flow of income, it won't work for the waitress because she doesn't have any money. Yeah. But he's probably saved a little bit of money.
Yeah, definitely.
So I would get that money, any cash you have, I'd get it out of the banks and buy a second flow, a drip.
Okay.
So let's say I'm making 150 grand a year, and the guy takes 50,000 and puts it in Cardone Capital, and he gets paid another $3,000 in income a year. Well, it doesn't look like much, $250 a month. He's like, I'm making 10 grand here and $250 over here, $250 in passive income. He bought it.
Yeah.
He's not trading
It's still
time
sitting
for
there
it.
in real estate as well. So.
And it's sitting there waiting to grow up. Okay. So he's like, but it's only $250. Never ever say it's only $250 or just $250. It's the first money that you've been paid and didn't have to trade your time for it.
Okay.
So I'd rather $250 they didn't have to work for.
Okay.
Where money made money. That's the ultimate game. The engineer should be trying to figure out, okay, I'm making $12,000 a month now. Most of it gets taxed. I need to start earning $12,000 a month over here that I don't trade time for. That would be the goal, to get more passive income than earned income.
Okay.
But it's a slow road.
It is a slow road.
But the road's a lot faster if you don't lose along the way.
Yeah.
You know, I had a guy in here this morning asking about failures. It's like, dude, around money, you don't want to fail around money. Get it right when you do it. Don't lose money.
Because go back to what you're saying about certainty in those deals.
Every time you lose, you just become more uncertain. You don't want to lose. Oh man, I learned so much from my failures. Dude, that's so stupid, man. Learn from somebody else's failures. Don't learn from your own, man. Avoid them. Do the research. Read the book. Study the guy. What did he do? Why does it always work for some people, and then other people nothing works for?
So how about starting a business on the side, or while you've got a full-time job? Should you still start a business on the side?
I don't love that. I don't like that.
Or just focus on just.
I think people think that, I'm going to go start a business on my own and I'm going to make a bunch of money. I got a couple guys that are leaving me this week. Between the two of them, they probably made $300 grand last year.
Okay.
They're going to start a business. They think they're going to go make more money. They're not. They're going to both be making 50, 60 grand a year here in a little bit.
Yeah, it's not easy.
No, dude, it's like to make 300 grand a year, that means you have to bring in 500 or 600.
Okay.
Neither one of these guys have ever brought in that kind of money, ever. Okay. Now Now they worked for a company. You're better off being in a vehicle. What you might want to do, this guy might want to do, is find another vehicle to sit in.
Yeah.
I would get on, like when I bought my plane, I didn't go build a plane. I called a plane company, said, hey, you got a plane?
Yeah.
I'd like to buy the plane.
Yeah, no, you bought the whole plane.
Could I build one cheaper? Maybe.
You bought the wing first, right? Or you bought the tail part first before you finished the payment, right? Was it?
No. I sent them a check for the whole plane.
The whole plane?
I wired the money for the whole plane.
Nice.
They didn't have a plane for sale.
Oh, wow.
There was no plane for sale. They're like, we don't have one to deliver to you. I said, okay, well, call your accounting department. I sent you guys a gift this morning.
Yeah.
And I wired the entire amount that I thought it would take to buy this plane.
Yeah, okay.
They owed.
That is commitment right there.
That's commitment. And then they found a plane.
Oh, wow.
You know, money talks. It's like the old saying, money talks.
Sure. It does. We're going through your books, reading. I'm on Cardone as well. I listen to 6 modules per day.
Oh, good.
And yeah, every day, just stay motivated and just listen to it every day. And it does help because, through follow-ups and closing deals and everything. But sometimes people get fear of rejection.
Yeah.
People are scared of rejection. People are scared of. I do cold calling as well.
Yeah.
It's scary, right?
Yeah,
How do you overcome all that? Just keep hitting it? Or?
Same thing. Yeah. Look, I go through the same thing you do.
Yeah.
Like even today, like the fewer people I have to call, the higher the fear is. The more people I have to call, the better it is.
Okay.
So the lower, the fewer people I have to talk to, the more I need something from that one person. It's when I need something from somebody that it becomes an issue.
Okay.
Like you want to be in a situation where your pipeline's so full, you actually want the guy to say no to you, so you can get off the phone with him and call him later. So you need a vehicle that's got enough flow in it. Enough energy going through it, so you're not so dependent upon what one person thinks or says.
Okay.
This is a mistake that I made for years. Like I just didn't have enough flow going at the top.
Okay.
I didn't have enough activity coming in to the business, So, the goal would be, and that's probably why you resonated with that thing about you got to graduate. The flow is right now you're going out there and doing that. This is Belfour was asking this question. What do I say at the end? I said, dude, you got to graduate the conversation.
Yeah.
Like you're 55 years old and you're still talking about the thing to say.
Yeah, okay.
You're a broken dude. Like,
you gotta get to the next level, isn't it?
When's the next level come, bro? 55 years old, you're still knocking on a door? Something's fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, is this what you were thinking? You want to be working in a damn retail store at the local on Sunday afternoon, having somebody come in and look at a suit at 60 years old? Elevate the game. And to elevate the game means what? Sales has to become a business. You got to become a business, which means I need a flow. I need more people coming to me than me going to them.
Yeah.
So you just got to elevate your brand, dude. You got to get more people to know who you are,
More
be interested in you. More attention.
Yeah.
Attention's the solution.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And that's what I kept trying to tell him. He don't get it. He didn't get it in the interview. Most of his audience won't get it. But the reality is, you and I wouldn't even know that cat's name had it not been for a movie that somebody made about whatever.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? We wouldn't even know him.
Yeah.
So again, that goes to show you got to get attention to get enough of a brand. If you get enough of a brand, it almost doesn't matter who you are. For a little while, you'll get money.
Yeah.
Now, if you're not a legitimate person, it will end. It'll end just the way it started. Okay. Money does not flow to crooked situations forever. Sooner or later, it ends. It'll end for tobacco one day. It'll end for the oil business one day. All things that are negative, like the more pro survival that something is, because some people would say, "Oh no, look at all the money drugs makes." Okay, good, but it'll end too.
Which goes to the next thing is when you're getting so much attention, obviously you're going to attract haters as well. And you always say that you want more haters because they will promote you more, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because...
Well, they're coming anyway. So the haters... Look, if you don't have haters, you're not doing anything. And either way they're coming. Like, you can do nothing and they're going to hate on you. They just hate themselves, man. That's their product.
Yeah.
Their product is, I don't like myself, so I'm not going to like anything I see. How can I like... I'm toxic. How can I like anything I see? Everybody is toxic. The thief sees everybody as a thief. The beggar thinks everybody else is begging, right? So it goes back to what I said, man. The guy that's cheap sees everybody else as cheap. Now the rich dude, the billionaire walking around, he's got $4 billion. He goes down there to double pay. He thinks everything's cheap. I'll take 6 of those. See, this had the Asian, the Hong Kong guy walks up, goes down the road and says, "Yeah, I'll buy the house. I'll buy it. How much is it? Good? Here's the check.
Yeah.
John, wire money. I'm gonna get a handle."
Yeah,
okay.
it doesn't.
And it's not because he's so rich, dude. It's because that doesn't matter anymore. He's thinking so much bigger. He's trying to produce billions and billions of dollars. He's like, "What's 60 million? Let's roll." That's why these yachts are out here. People just need to look around. This is great beat footage for you. Look around and say, "Dude, what's available, man?" Okay, it's the same question wherever I go in the world. I go to Singapore, Hong Kong.
There's so much money out there, isn't there?
I look around, I'm like, everybody has, it doesn't matter who you are. You always do this. I wonder what he does. I wonder what that guy that owns that joint does. What did he do? Now, the question is, what did he do? And what he did, will he be able to keep it? And will he feel good about himself when he goes to sleep at night? Those are the 3 things I need to know. Like, if he can do it, I can do it. As long as he didn't break the law. Because if he broke the law to get there, he will lose it. Yeah. I really believe that. I really believe people that break the law to do things end up losing it. They end up going down. Even if nothing, like you don't go to jail. Dude, if you go to sleep at night and you don't feel good about it, you lost it already. And that's what I don't want to feel bad about it. I want to feel good when I go to sleep.
Yeah.
I want to be like, you know what? I'm not perfect. I'm not like, but I feel good about what I did today. I feel good about how I got where I'm at.
Yeah.
And I'm the only one that knows that, right? Yeah. So the haters, everybody along the way, I'm like, hey, whatever, man. You know, most of those people are so self-consumed, they're not even talking about me. Because as soon as they're done with me, they're on to you. And then they're on to you. They're on to the next person. They're on to the Uber driver. So they're not talking about themselves. Most people are not talking about, most people are not talking about others. They're talking about themselves, some limitation they have inside themselves. So I don't really take it as hate. When I hear hate, I see a quitter. I see somebody that quit. In fact, you'll notice most of the social media comments, okay, they're from people that don't even have avatars.
Yeah, that's why you're challenging them to put on the profile picture.
Like, put your profile picture up, bitch.
Yeah, don't be a little bitch.
Okay, you won't, because you already quit on that. Yeah. You don't hate. You even hate the way you look so much that you're a cartoon now. Yeah. You know, so most of the negative comments won't even have a real name. It'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4 Bandy. Yeah. With a picture of who knows what, right? So. If you're not getting some kind of level of hate, nobody knows who you are. And if it bothers you, maybe because you don't want it, maybe because you're adding to some of that in conversations. Okay. You know, I don't worry about the hater. I worry about the person that listens to the hate. So if John says, you know, Grant Cardone's a dick, and then but really what I worry about is who's listening to him.
Okay.
More than John saying it, because I know John. Now John's saying it, but this person over here listening to it that passes it on is really more the problem.
Yeah, I think that's what you said about the president's got half the population of America hating him. You got to get to that level. You got to have a lot of haters. You got to have at least half the population of people.
Well, to get the half that agree with you. Yeah. To fund you. You have to get the other half to hate you. Okay. So you got to remember, like, politics is about money. You know, I need to get the people that like me to fund me. Just because they like me doesn't mean they'll write a check. I need to get them to fund me.
Just they just that's what you said last time, like, in the seminar, that it doesn't matter if people trust you. It's just
they got to know you. First they got to know me. First they got to know me.
That's more important than the trust, isn't it?
Yeah. Knowing me is way more important than the trust.
Trip for me, because I thought it was all about. I mean, trust is important, but the more people who know you,
the more they know you, the more they'll trust you.
And as you always say, the strangers have everything you need as well. Yeah. Yeah. So. So if you were to start all over again, what would you do?
I start over every day, man. Every day, every day I feel like I'm starting over. So now, if you took everything away from me, which the question really is, hey man, you don't have any money, nobody knows you. You know, what do you do? Like, I would see if I could tap into my own advice and do exactly what I'm telling people to do.
Because you mentioned you got to have courage as well, right? You got to have courage to do the things that you want to do.
You can't take that away from me. I mean, do I have that? See, when people ask this question about, hey man, you're starting over, what do you do? You know, okay, what am I starting with? Do I get any of my experience that I have now? Kind of all the successes I had, or I don't have any of that. You just taking me straight to zero. You know, I would probably try to. I'd get Cardone University. I'd get on Cardone University and start reminding myself of what I told people they should do. And I think I'd go 10x. I'd get a 10x hat. I'd go to the grantcardone.com store. Hopefully, if it's still up, and get a hat.
You mentioned this before, as in your books and your courses, that you write your goals down in the morning and at nighttime as well. And you visualize your goals and dreams every day. Is that
yeah, I'm not spending a lot of time in visualization, but I do. Like, I'll grab a piece of paper. I didn't do it this morning, so I dropped it out this morning, and then I'll just. I mean, it's real fast. Like any piece of paper around me, I'll be like, okay,
just write it down.
10 billion,
Wow.
Okay, and whatever comes to my mind right there. Okay,
so you just write down and it just
scratch it, and then I'm gonna leave this piece of paper in this house.
Okay.
And I'll forget it here.
Or scribbling it.
And I'm just scribbling it right in the morning before I go to sleep at night, and anytime I have a disappointment. So anytime I have a setback, first thing I do is rather than trying to manage the setback, the drama of the disappointment, I'm just gonna go, okay, where am I going again? Okay, so if I lost a deal the other day, it's a $92 million deal. Had it in my hand. I knew it was a deal. I'd worked my ass off over it for 9 months. Lost the deal. Unfairly lost it. They literally took it away from me. I already had money on it, the whole deal. I'd done almost 99% of the things right. They had one little thing that they pulled it away from me for. But as soon as I lost that deal, I'm like, I wanted to go into drama. The disappointment, the discouragement, right? And I'm like, wait. Where are you going, dude? Okay, this wasn't the end here. This one deal was not the end all. Sat down, got my piece of paper, $20 billion worth of real estate, dude. This one won't even matter.
And then you'll attract something else into your
life. I was over it in 10 minutes rather than wasted 2 weeks of my life on it. Closed $400 million worth of deals in the next 60 days. Because I didn't spend any time worried about this one deal I lost.
Yeah, as you always say, the healing is in the doing, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah. I love that. The healing is in the doing.
I love that one as well.
It's a great title for a book, man.
Is that T-shirt? Yeah. Is that your next move? You're gonna make a movie or something? Or?
Be nice, man. Let's make a movie,
man.
Movie. Who
Let's get him a movie.
Who am I? Bruce Lee.
So if there was one last piece of advice you would give to people, what would it be?
You know, it wouldn't be one piece.
Yeah.
There is no one piece. Quit looking for one piece. You know, it'd be a bunch of pieces. Like, be ethical. You know, what does that even mean, to be ethical, you know? Quit stealing from yourself. You know, everybody's like, I don't steal from other people, but you steal from yourself. You know, you waste time, robbery. Like think about how much time a person wastes of their own life. There's somebody else wasted that time, you'd be pissed off. You know, you go to a bad movie, fucking leave, man. Walk out of the movie. You do not have to stay the whole movie. You know, Elena and I go to a movie. I'm like, I don't like this movie anymore. Let's go. She's, oh, we got to watch it. No, we don't. Let's roll. Let's get out of here. I remember Black Panther. Okay, it was a hit. I was like 50 minutes into it. I'm like, I hate this movie. I don't need to finish it. I don't care if the whole world liked the movie. I don't want to watch this. Right? So we went to Madame Butterfly. We were there 30 minutes. I'm like, when's the break? When's the break? I'm getting out of here. I can't do this. Okay. Well, these tickets were like $600. I don't care if they were 6,000. I need out of this place. I don't need to be here. So be true to yourself. If you're eating food, you know you've had enough. Fucking don't eat anymore. That's ethics.
Just move on. Just
don't.
yeah,
You
just
don't
get
have
on.
to eat it all just because they put it on your plate, and you don't have to eat it all just because you paid for it. So those are little ethical things that I do. Like I leave food on my plate. You know, I had breakfast at Double Bay Cafe, and I left food. The man says, "You didn't like it?" I said, "No, dude, I had enough of it. I'll be back tomorrow. Here's a big tip. I had enough. Once you have enough, man, put it down." So that's one thing. Be ethical. Number two, man, work your ass off. Just work. Work is good. We have a saying in my office, hey, welcome to work. Work is a good thing. Work does not make anybody bad. Anybody that's bad mouthing work has a problem. I don't like work. I don't like my work. Good, keep it to yourself. No, you don't need to tell me, dude. Why are you puking on everybody? You got a problem with work. Work is kind of essential. What else are you gonna do?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like
you don't value work until you don't have the work. Then you're like, damn, I wish I had some work.
That's why it gets too much, right? When you go on holidays, like, hey, can we go back to work?
Yeah, I can't wait to get back to work.
Yeah.
So, the third thing I would tell people is think bigger, man. You got to go bigger. The goals aren't working because they can't change anything. So you need some big, massive goals. If you're going to be disappointed in life, be disappointed because you went for something so big and you came up short. Because nobody's ever going to condemn you for that. And then I'd add one more. Don't ever quit, man. Just don't quit. Don't quit. If you don't quit, you'll get there. If you don't quit, no matter what happens to you, if you don't quit,
keep pushing every day.
If you don't
just
quit,
keep showing up, right?
you'll get there. Yeah. If you quit, you will fail. If you don't quit, you can't fail.
All right. No worries. Okay, so Grant, it's an absolute honor to
appreciate you, man.
Being on my show, and it's just amazing on how just several years of just following you, and now I get to interview you. So I really appreciate
made this happen, man.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I really appreciate your time and,
well done.
and your wisdom and everything. So I wish you all the best in your future endeavors, and know that we're going to see you on there, banners everywhere around the world, and movies starring with all these nice actresses and actors.
Good, I like it. I won't fight it, man.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Well, thanks a lot,
Thank
bro.
you.
All right, cool.
Thank you. Good job, man. Great job.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.